Yeah, sweet. How's everyone going? Can everyone hear me all right?
Yes.
Sweet as. Okay, cool, cool. So who's going to follow along and kind of do what is anyone going to follow on, or are we just all observing? I just want to know what if people are ready to follow on with us.
Oh, you know what, Sean? I should precursor that question too. I don't know if I
Yeah.
if I put this fully in the email. But I'm just gonna double back to a mention that I made at the beginning. By follow along, there's a couple parts in here. One aspect is Sean's developing, gonna like work us through like a couple different AI processes for making assets. That's all regular computer work. The virtual desktop that you all have access to now, it takes a little bit more of a take it takes a computer that can handle it. And so some of us might find out that the virtual desktop part and going into VR chat might be taxing on our computer systems. If anybody falls off at that point from being able to follow along with the hands-on, Sean's got some kind of like backups and alternatives. But just wanted to name that like there's that intensive part that's coming down the pipe today. But the first parts of all the AI and stuff, all you need is your regular computer, phone, or whatever. So
Yeah, and
yep.
there's also OBS as well. OBS is like probably one of the main things that we need to get going first. Um, and we've got a couple of weeks, so if we can't get through everything, I don't think we're going to get through everything that I planned today. I mean, everything I planned today, I did in like 15 minutes by myself, but that's because I'm already set up. So getting set up usually does take a little while. But once you're set up, it doesn't take long after that once you know the process. So OBS is the first thing. So does everyone have access to OBS, or can you get access to OBS? Has anyone downloaded OBS yet? You can get it through if you just search it up on your computer, you should be able to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me give you guys the I'll put the link
Yeah.
in the chat again. So everything that Sean references should have a quick link here to make it easy on everybody.
Yeah. Download OBS Studio. And install on yeah, Windows or Mac, whatever it is. Oh, it should be Windows. If you because we're using Steam VR, it needs to be a Windows computer because most Macs don't like Steam. So just give me a show of hands if you haven't downloaded OBS yet. Yeah. Give me a show of hands if you have and you've installed it. All right. So we've got let's just try and get as many people on OBS as possible.
And I did see that there's like for some reason a couple people's emails came back and made it request to share for that link doc. Even though it's open to everyone. But let me know if anybody needs that OBS link directly or if that doc needs to get a share.
Has anyone here ever used OBS before? I know Matt has. No, can't hear you, Ryan.
Oh yeah, Ryan, your thing doesn't say mute, but yeah, the audio's not coming out.
Oh, here it is. All right. Yeah. So that's my issue too. Yeah. I'm on my editing computer at home today. I
Perfect.
use OBS all the time, especially on this
Awesome.
computer. Today, it's deciding not to work.
What does it say? It just says not working.
It's not even loading when I'm going. So I'm
That's
on a
weird.
Mac. I click the icon, and now the icon's just frozen on my desktop.
Cool.
Of
All right,
course.
yeah, Mac's going to be an issue with the VR chat aspect, unfortunately. Have you got a headset as well?
Yeah,
You,
yeah, I
you
have
do, but
one on standby. But I mean, if I just have to watch, I'm
yeah,
okay with that.
you got you got some other access to a Steam computer somewhere at the clubhouse or something?
At the clubhouse, yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to use it right now if I was there. But
Mhm.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, Stephanie, that'd be cool. If you can download it to your personal laptop and follow along, that'd be good. Yeah, I did think that this would be an issue that some work computers would be locked through admin. Uh, but yeah, it'd be great if you can follow along because just with the OBS stuff, because it seems a bit confusing at the start. It seems like you're flying a Boeing 747, but it's actually really quite straightforward once you have been spoken through the process. And if you follow along, it makes it a lot easier to learn. Um, so yeah, I don't know how far we're going to get through my plan today. Even if we just get through OBS, a little bit through OBS, and then next week we can do virtual desktop and VR chat. I think we'll see how we go. I am trying to get a lot done in this one session, so we'll just see if we have to spill over into other sessions. That's fine. We've got enough weeks to get it all happening.
Sean, Izzy just came in the room.
Yeah.
It's getting late. If you want to just maybe just give him a little quick reiteration of what we're doing right now.
Hey, Izzy, how you doing? I can't see you there. Let me have a look. Ah, yeah, cool. Yeah, so and Delisa, yeah, so we are going to do some VR chat and OBS is the goal. So at the moment we're just trying to download and install OBS if you haven't already. Yeah, Izzy, don't worry about the headset getting that prepped yet. We're still a few steps away from that, so you can chill. We might even do the VR headset stuff next week by the looks of things. We're just getting OBS, all the flat screen stuff sorted first because we're incorporating. Basically, the end goal is to turn VR chat from the headset into a flat screen thing. So we're going from VR to flat screen. So the ultimate goal is using the virtual reality headset as a tool to create an element in OBS. That's the easiest way for me to explain it. Mixed reality is what we're doing, was what I'm talking about today. I'm just going to share the screen real quick and show you the goal of what I want us to all kind of. This is what I did this morning while or for your guys as earlier on in the afternoon when I was prepping for this workshop. So you guys can all see that. You can see the prawn dancing there on the screen. Yeah. So that was me in VR chat with my headset on, and I did a little dance and recorded it on OBS. And then I keyed out the background in chroma key on OBS. So you can just see the prawn. I made the train, the AI train through Leonardo AI. I made the prawn words through Leonardo AI on a green screen background. And then I made the video from Kling AI. So the first thing what we're going to do before we get up to the VR chat part is we're just going to get OBS working, get everyone on OBS, and then we're going to go over to Leonardo AI and get the background interior image. That can be anything. Doesn't have to be a train, but it has to be an interior. So a house, submarine, plane, whatever. And then in the prompt, we need to say the windows as green screens, greens as green windows, so we can key them out. And what's this chat? Hi everyone, had a meetup running overtime. Gus, how you doing, Gus?
Hi everyone. Sorry about that. This kid's catching up.
Nice. Where did you come in? Did you hear me talking about like OBS and
Just
what?
no, just now. I just came in like 10 seconds ago.
Okay, sweet. So I was just saying to everyone that we might not get up to the VR chat part today, um, because just need to step through everyone. The first part is getting everyone on OBS, and as I was saying, we're going from VR to flat screen. So we're using VR as an element of OBS running. Excellent, cool. Um, so yeah, we're using VR chat as an element in OBS to make something similar to that. So that prawn dancing is me in VR chat, and I recorded it in the green screen world, and then brought it over to OBS and keyed it out and layered it up. So yeah, if we get up to the VR chat thing today, then that's cool. If we don't, that's okay. We've got a project that we're going to continue on with. OBS saves everything on the fly, so it's really good that way. So if you get Gus, have you got OBS? No, yeah,
I
try and
You're gonna download that, right?
yeah, download that. You search it up.
Yeah,
You're on,
the link sheet is in the chat, Gus.
Cool.
If you want to get a
Yeah.
quick access to the link.
you on Windows?
I'm on Mac. Does that work? I can go on.
Uh, well, this week Mac will be fine. Next week, once we do the VR chat thing, we'll have to be on Windows because we need to get VR chat, which is in Steam.
Yeah. Okay. I have a Windows computer here, so I'll download it. I think I might already have it too because I've downloaded it before, but
Yeah.
see it.
All right. How are we going? Is everyone downloaded or yeah, cool. Great. We'll just wait for Gus real quick. So yeah, ideally, if you can get on a Windows computer and not a Mac, that would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. It's downloading, so and
Cool.
I have a Windows machine now. So
Yeah, great. Cool. So just real quick in OBS, when you add a source, you can literally import anything from a computer into OBS. So you guys are going to be following on, and we're going to do something similar to the train. Doesn't have to be a train, but you can be inside a house or whatever. So the train is an image. So and the prawn words is an image, and the moving background is a media source. And then when you click media source, you click on loop, and then you browse your computer and you find any video, and then as long as you click on loop, it will loop over. And then the VR chat will be a game capture. And then when you click on game capture, there's a drop down where you can choose like which program you want to capture. So we'll go through all that in detail later, but with OBS you can literally bring in any element in some way that is on your computer. Audio, video, web, YouTube, websites. I actually use OBS sometimes to capture YouTube video, especially when I'm doing, because I like to do the Professor Prawn reaction videos to, silly things like people eating prawns and stuff like that. So I capture it on OBS and then I bring it in that way. So you can literally bring anything in. That's what's so good about OBS. It's a very powerful tool. All right, so stop share. So the first thing we're going to do is go over to Kling AI. So it's klingai.com.
Try to keep throwing these in the chat for you.
Yeah. Can you do that, Matt? That'd be
Nope.
sweet. klingai.com.
And
And
I think this should
so,
take you to sign up.
Glob? What's Glob? And then, yeah, I just sign up using Google because it's just one click. Sign in using Google. And then, yeah, we'll just give everyone a couple of seconds. Sweet. So you all can see my screen now with Kling AI in it, the train. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, sweet. Okay, cool. All right. So has everyone got into Kling AI? Before you do this, you need to think of, okay, what are we doing the video for? So if you see this, this was the second time that I had to do this because the first time I did it, it it did it the wrong way around because the perspective, because the train is, I needed the video like coming towards the camera, not like, because of the perspective of my train image. So you need to think of, like, if you're going to do a house, you need to make sure that, this this one here would have worked if it was just like a side shot of the train, but because it's the, I don't know what you call that, a long view. I had to reprompt it and make the camera coming toward make the video coming towards the camera. So that's important. So you need to kind of have, the reason why we're doing the video before the image is because Kling takes 5 to 8 minutes to process because it's a free account. They do that deliberately because they want you to upgrade, to pay for the upgrade, which makes it a lot quicker. So we're doing it a little bit backwards. So if you're going to do a submarine, or you might do the interior of a plane or the interior of a house. If you're doing the interior of a house, what's happening outside the windows? Is it a sunny day? Is it a storm? Where is it? Are you in New York City? Are you in the Australian outback? That's all going to change your video. When you're in Kling AI, you have to go to text to video. So there's 3 different ways you can go: text to video, image to video, or multi-elements. You want to click on text to video. You can, I'm not doing a tutorial on how to use Kling. You guys can experiment with that yourself. Image to video is very good though, but we're not going to use image to video in this workshop. We're just going to use text to video. So in my prompt, I said first person point of view as if a video camera has been stuck to the front of a train. You have to be very specific. You have to say, if you want it to be a static shot, like when I did the aquarium one, the first time it was moving and I was like, no, it has to be static. I don't want it to be moving. So in that case, it'd have to say static as if the camera's on a tripod. So you have to be specific with it. First person point of view as if a video camera has been stuck to the front of a train traveling through New York City. So I told it that I wanted it to be on New York City. Why? Because I made the inside of a New York train. So I was like, My image, I prompted New York train from the 80s with graffiti, with 80s graffiti on the inside. So I wanted to look like I had a New York vibe, and the same with the prawn uh, bubble graffiti writing. I wanted it to have a New York 80s graffiti writing vibe as well. So I kept it all kind of in that same style. So yeah, video cameras being stuck on the front of a train traveling through New York City, featuring skyscrapers, busy streets, and iconic bridges under colored daylight. The camera remains stationary, capturing parallax motion in buildings and landmarks glide by at varying speeds, with soft motion blur enhancing the illusion of movement. Rich urban details and natural shadows create depth. That some of that language was created by the AI prompt. You put the prompt in, and then it has an AI chatbot in there that kind of spices it up for you. So if you guys can now have a crack at that. Oh, wait, sorry, one important thing I forgot to tell you. Oh no, that's in the other one. Yeah, so in here you can choose the model as well. Don't choose Kling 2 because that's paid. You have to choose Kling 1.6 and then do your prompt. Like I said, you have to be specific. You have to be specific about the camera. You have to tell the AI chat what you want the camera to do. Is it a moving shot or is it a still shot, static shot on a tripod? If it's a static shot on a tripod, you have to say, I want a static shot as if the camera is on a tripod. With everything with AI, image generation, the way I do it is imagine. I have to imagine it first. It's funny. It's like the AI model is imagining and you are imagining as well. So neural network is kind of based on our brains as well. So we're kind of similar in that way. And I actually, the more I've been doing this, I think like, like when we dream or when we're asleep, when we dream, it's kind of similar to what is happening with the AI models. And we're kind of connected in that sense. In a quantum physics sense, we're both kind of tapping into a similar thing there.
Hey, Sean.
Yo,
Would you mind copy and pasting your prompt into the chat? Are you able to do that?
sure.
Well, look at those details again.
Um, wait,
Yeah, true.
how do I get to, do I have to stop sharing to get to the chat? Or maybe
It's all good if it makes you go through too much trouble.
no, I have to stop sharing. It's okay. There you go. Hey, nice. Ryan got OBS back up and running. Sweet. Did you uninstall it and then reinstall it again?
Exactly.
That's what I was going to suggest. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
funny too because I guess when I downloaded a virtual desktop streamer, it changed a lot of my other settings too, in that and in
Mm,
this.
cool. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes that happens, but OBS isn't that big, so it doesn't take long to uninstall and reinstall. You're onto it.
And it had everything that whatever last job stream that I did, it had everything still saved after I got
Oh,
back,
that's dope.
so
That's so good.
uh,
Yeah, OBS seems pretty good. I'm blown away by OBS just by about it. Its functionality, it's free, and it's like amazing. Like because everything I do is based on keying out green screen, and it's just on point every time. It's like so clean. It's just I love it. It blows my mind how good it is.
it actually works better than this other one I was on set. It was like Wired or something like that that they were
Yep.
using the live stream and it failed. And I was like, just get OBS.
Yeah.
it worked.
Yep, OBS works so good. Very, very functional and very, very, very powerful. Look, I'm very stoked to be introducing it and sharing it with you guys. But I'm glad we've got a couple here with us who have experience with it too. That's it's always good. Have more minds throw things around. I'm by no means an expert at OBS. There's people out there that are just absolute geniuses at it, and I take a lot of yeah, I learn a lot through watching other Twitch streamers and the way they use it. Like the this idea that I got with the train and layering it up was by watching other Twitch streamers and the way they use OBS. So yeah, by all means, if you've got any 2 cents to throw in about anything, please feel free to. So how are we going with the prompt? Has everyone done a prompt there with Kling AI? Yeah.
I have done a prompt. It is just taking a long time. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
next meeting I will use a different computer than this one.
No, no, it like I said, they make it take a long time because they want you to upgrade. So we're that's why I did it a little bit backwards. So now that we've done that, we're not going to wait for it. We're just going to move on and then we'll come back to it and download it later. So now we're going to go on to Leonardo AI. There's some kind of music. Can someone mute that? Um, yeah, Mac, do you mind putting the Leonardo AI in the chat for us?
Yeah. Yeah,
Sweet, man.
coming up.
And again, once you get onto Leonardo AI, you can sign in with Google. Is the easiest way. It's one click.
There you go, everybody.
Now, I just use Midjourney all the time. So the last time I used Leonardo AI was when me, Jeff, and Matt did a workshop for the Australian cohort last year. And it's, like all of them, they're just upgrading all the time. And when I was prepping for this workshop, I went back into Leonardo AI and was just blown away by the fact that they have Flux Dev and Flux Schnell as like incorporated into it, which I was just like very excited about. Has anyone here heard of Flux? Yeah, cool. All right, well, Flux is like, well, there was Midjourney first. Midjourney was like famous for being the the tier image generator model for a long time, and the first, and then but it was paid, so a lot of people wanted to use other things, and there wasn't really that many free options. And then Flux came out, I don't know, 6 months or more ago, I guess, and was open source and free, and almost as good as Midjourney, and in some ways better. So everyone in the AI land kind of got really excited about that. The good thing about Flux was Midjourney for ages had problems generating text, and Flux beat Midjourney to it. Flux was really good at generating text even before Midjourney. Flux came out, and then Flux broke the internet because it generated text, and then Midjourney was like, "Oh, well, we better catch up." So then they tweaked their model, so now Midjourney can generate text almost as good as Flux. But the fact that we've got Flux Schnell and Flux Dev incorporated into Leonardo AI, which is free, is extremely exciting. The good thing about Leonardo AI is that it's free up to a point. So if it's 150 credits, it's a credit-based system, and 100 it resets each day. So 150 credits per day is pretty generous. It's more than enough for our workshop today. So we might not even use all of the credits today. And then by the time, tomorrow you'll have more, or next week when we catch up again, it'll be reset. So the trick, there's always a few tricks, but the trick to Leonardo AI, let me just share this screen again. Share. is that so you can see how you've got these models. So you can choose the models. And I'm just trying to find where it says, but each one takes a certain amount of credits. So Flux Dev is like super hardcore, awesome, like the best you can get. I think that's like 30 or 40 credits per generation. Flux Schnell is like 10, but it's still amazing. And then you got Phoenix 1 and Phoenix 0.9, which is like, yeah, the Leonardo's, they call it their foundational model. So um, Flux is what we're going to be using. Flux Schnell. Um, First, I'm going to get you to generate some text using Flux Schnell. And the reason why I want you to choose Flux Schnell is because it will still generate good text, and it's cheaper. It's only 10 credits instead of Flux Dev, which is 40. So choose Flux Schnell. And then we go to prompt. Yep. Well, where do we prompt? There it is. Choose image. So you can also announce, I haven't tried the video one, and I don't know what flow state is because I haven't. Does anyone here know what flow state is? I haven't experimented with flow state because every time I log back on, they always have these new elements that. So we're just going to click on image, and then you type in a prompt. You have to specify that it's going to be on a green background. Why? Because the easiest way when we're working with OBS is just to key it out, and then can key everything out because, like I said before, OBS has such an incredible, powerful keying system that if you're going to work in OBS, instead of having to, scrub out the background in some other way and then bring it in as a PNG, which of course you can do, but it's less steps and it's a lot faster and easier if you just do everything on a green background and then you can just key it out in OBS and it just only takes like one click and it's done. On a green background, write the words prawn made of the best graffiti writing in New York. That was mine. You don't have to do graffiti writing. I also made the words prawn out of prawns. So you can do that as well. It's really good at doing stuff like that. Sugar cubes, you can make the word sugar out of sugar cubes, stuff like that. So you can just get creative with it. You have to write the words on a green background. That's the most important part. I'm just going to paste my prompt in here, but feel free to do your own.
Hey, do you want to share again, Sean?
Sure. I just
Share
wanted
the screen again.
to
I think I'm gonna step back to see where you're clicking.
yeah. You want to go to the prompt section?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. How did you which one are we looking at to get to the what are we you Flux?
Flux, yeah, choose Flux. Flux Schnell. You text on press on text, should bring it up. And then there's a drop down here.
Mm-hmm.
Where it says model preset, and then yeah, choose Flux Schnell.
Gotcha. Thanks, man.
No worries. I'm actually really enjoying using Leonardo. I was just like before, just like, and because sign up to Midjourney and pay for it, and I have ever since Midjourney was released. I just use Midjourney all the time, but since Leonardo's been upgraded as much as it has now, I'm like, oh yeah, I think I'm going to be using this for a bit too, because Flux is amazing. The problem with Flux was it was more of a developer thing, and the fact that Leonardo grabbed it and incorporated it into their website has made it a lot more user friendly. You used to have to like go on GitHub and stuff like that, which was a bit tricky. So, has everyone generated some words on a green background? Cool. All right, leave that there. We're going to change models now. We're going to go to Flux Dev. Because when I was experimenting with this for the preparation for the workshop, I found out that I tried Flux Schnell for the train with the windows, and it wasn't on point. It missed. It couldn't get the green screen that good. Midjourney was perfect, but Flux Dev was perfect too. So I want you all to click on Flux Dev. We're going to use Flux Dev now. It's 30 or 40 credits per attempt though. So try and you can probably have 2 attempts, but try and keep it at no more than 2 if we want to try 2 or 3 maybe. And then hang on. Use prompts. Okay, so I'll just copy my prompt. This is the prompt that I typed in for the train. I want to make a movie set for the inside of a house. Oh, sorry, this was one for a house. Oh wait, no, I actually accidentally mixed it up between a house and a train, but you want to keep it. I said I want to make a movie set for the inside of a house. It's a funky New York train from the 80s. That's because I did my first one was a house, and then I reused the prompt, and the second one was a train, but obviously keep the words the same, either a house or a train. So the important part is I want to green screen out the windows. So please make all of the trains windows green screen color so I can easily chroma key out the windows. So I have to be specific. So if I tell it what I want it for, it gives it more of a reference point. Also, there's a bit of theory about about AI and neural networks and stuff about being polite to it. Because if we don't want them to take over humanity, then it's probably a good idea just to be nice to it, and that way you're teaching it to be nice and polite. So hopefully it can be nice and polite back to us, and not be like, you treat me like crap, I'll treat you humans like crap, and So I get in the habit of being nice to it. I think it's a good thing to do. So please make all the trains windows green screen color so I can easily chroma key out the windows. Make it so the camera is facing one side of the train or the house as if looking out the side of the train. Because I found that if I wasn't being specific about the perspective, it would guess. And then it gave me that long view, which I eventually did end up using. But that isn't what I had in my mind the first time. I just wanted a side-on view. And I wasn't specific about it, and it gave me that as if it's looking down the train. And I was like, oh, actually, maybe I'll just work with that. But yeah, that isn't what I originally had in mind. So you have to be specific about what you have in mind. Otherwise, it guesses and it'll get it wrong. So if it's the inside of a house, you say, I want to make a movie set for the inside of a house. And then description of what the house looks like. It's a house for a prawn, make it a prawn-inspired house, or is it a grandmother's house, or is it like a house from the 1800s, or is it a house from the future? Is it a house from the present? What kind of furniture is in the house? if you don't give it those prompts, it'll just guess. And then if you just say like a house, it'll just generate whatever. Try and be as specific as you can. I want a house from the 80s, from, an aristocrat's house from all rich furniture, or I want it's a poor house for, with a squat with, crappy furniture or something like that. So I have to be specific about the era of the house, the style of the house, style of the furniture, and the perspective of the camera. So sometimes I like to say, um, the, place the camera facing the side of the house. Feature 4 windows, make the windows green so I can key them out. They are the details that you need to put into this. Of course, it doesn't have to be a house. It can be anything, as long as it's the interior of something that has windows. Could be the interior of a car. But again, what kind of car is it? Is it a truck? Is it a car? Is it a new car? Is it an old car? Etc.
Mhm.
The most important thing is to make sure that it's on a green background. If it hasn't done it on a green background, it's not going to work, or we need to try. It doesn't matter if it's different shades of green. I found that OBS chroma key picks up pretty much any shade of green. It doesn't have to be green, it can be blue, but green's just easy because it's just the most common color that people use. How are we going? Has everyone done that? So once you've done that, you should have 3 things. You should have the video from Kling AI. You should have the words from Leonardo and the interior of your space. And I need you all to download it. So in image in Leonardo AI, you just hover over the thumbnail and there's a little download image. So download the image that you want of the words. Download the image that you want of your interior. I like to download them to the desktop. They'll initially land in your downloads file. I usually always copy and paste it on the desktop. That's because I started creative work on a Mac, and the easiest way was to work on a desktop. And when I went over to Windows, I carried that workflow through because it's the easiest way for me to find the thing that I want. Once you've downloaded the words and the interior image from Leonardo, you need to download the footage from Kling AI.
I had a quick question, Sean.
Yeah, go for it.
Like for the words, in ChatGPT, we can ask for transparent background, and they'll give us a PNG. Would that work too, or
100%. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you can do that too. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. If you've got a workflow that you're familiar with working with. I haven't done a lot of image gen. I haven't done any image gen actually with ChatGPT because I believe that is paid, that aspect of it. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah, I do have a paid account, and but it's
Yeah.
pretty good. The image generation is pretty good, and I was just remembering that it does do transparency pretty well.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't pay for ChatGPT, so that's probably why I haven't used it. But that is another way to do. Just on that real quick is another workflow I found that works really well is sometimes I want to make iterations of a prompt. Like if I want to make like 10 variations instead of having to like write the prompt out 10 times, I write it into ChatGPT and I write the prompt that I want in ChatGPT and say make 10 variations of this prompt. And then it'll variate it slightly. And then I just copy and paste that into my image generator and then it just makes it a lot quicker if I'm because when I've like been making my backgrounds for Twitch, I've found that that's a lot quicker way of doing that. And also ChatGPT, because it is a generator, an AI generator too, it knows the words to use. So you can type in like in ChatGPT, you can type in, I want to write a prompt for Mid-Journey generator, and then you type the prompt, and then ChatGPT will make a really good prompt that Mid-Journey will understand. So I actually do that quite a lot, that workflow as well. So yeah, download. So that's the little download button there. Says without watermark VIP. It doesn't matter because we're going to cut it out in OBS anyway. A couple of pro tips in OBS I will show you. So has everyone downloaded those 3 things? It's 3, yeah. Cool. And has everyone got OBS running or downloaded and stuff? Yeah, sweet. So now once you've downloaded those 3 things, you can go over to OBS. I'll just share my screen again, OBS. Share. Okay. So I've got several scenes. You guys will probably only have one. That's okay. In the sources here, so that's in the sources section. That's where we layer up we make our scene. It should be a blank screen because we haven't done anything yet. On the right here, you got start streaming, start recording. We're not going to be streaming because we haven't set that up. If you want to stream to Twitch or YouTube, you can just set that up. But the start recording will be what we're doing eventually. But here you press the plus and then choose image, browse, and you choose your background. So here's your pro tips. So when you see that little box, if you hold down Control and drag, it'll keep it. It won't distort it. It'll keep it, square. Drag it, make sure you fill. And other pro tip is if you hold down Alt, these boxes, you can crop it. So instead of having to crop out the image from another program, you can do all the cropping from directly within OBS. You just hold down the Alt key. So the Alt and the Control key for these resizing stuff is I use them all the time, and it's pro tip. Now with the this is going to be green. The windows are going to be green, right? So if you right click the screen, you go to filters, and then it says effect filters, hit the plus, and then go to chroma key. It always asks for a name. I don't worry about it. I just click OK, and then boom. See how easy that is? And you don't even have to, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, you don't have to even play around with the similarity of the smoothness. You can see at the top there at the roof, it's like keyed out a little bit of the roof, so might dial that back a bit. Sometimes it's a bit of a balancing act. 10-minute warning. It's less now. We're almost there. So okay. And then you got add the words. So add another image, browse, you can find the words. Okay, so as you can see, it's a different color, green, but it'll still work. Right click, go down to filters, effect filters, add chroma key. Don't worry about the name. Boom. So now we have the background and we have the words. Uh, Position the words, hold down control, resize the word, because it'll no doubt make it, it'll bring it in large. You don't want it that large. You can put the words wherever you want, doesn't have to be at the top. And then the third part is the video. So you bring in the video, press the plus on OBS. You're looking for a media source. Wants you to name it. I don't worry about it. You can if you want. Make sure you press the loop button. Very important. This is the most important part. Then click browse and then choose your video. Mine's the train. Okay, so it'll have the watermark there, Kling AI. We're going to crop that out. So you hold down Alt and then just make it a little bit smaller so that you don't see Kling AI. And then hold down Control to keep it square and drag it so it's the size that you want. And then you have to make sure that the video goes behind everything else. So you drag the video to the bottom like that. And then you've got your scene, which mine is a train. So I've got my train, the interior, I've got my video, and I got my words. So today was all about the power of the chroma key in OBS. It is like magic. So how are we all going? Let's wrap it up. I want to see what y'all have made. And I'm going to stop sharing. If anyone has anyone gotten as far as I've gotten? Gus? Or Matt? Someone?
I got a problem.
Yeah, what's that?
My the chroma key took too much. Some of the I think I don't know if the green had reflect like subtle greens that were on the walls of my train. Is there any quick
Yeah.
tips on tuning that in?
Yeah, I'll just share my screen again real quick. So when you go add image, go here. So you bring that in, go right click, filters, add, chroma key, and then
We're seeing what is it? The website, not OBS.
Mm-hmm.
sorry, thanks for
Yeah,
that.
no, it's all right. Thanks.
My bad. Everything kind of was starting to look the same. Have you got that OBS?
Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
So you bring up you add the filter onto the chroma key, and then you go on the similarity here. Like most of the time it's bang on, but sometimes, yes, you're right, it doesn't get it quite right. So what you're going to want to be doing is playing around with the similarity slider and the smoothness slider.
And sorry, I know we got to go, but how do you get once
And
you've already
spill.
kind of passed that stage and you're back on your main screen, how do you get back to filter parameters?
All right, so you go remove. If you go click on your element, bring up the red box, right click, and then go to filters,
Okay.
and then it'll bring it up. And then, yeah, there's a color spill as well. So, yeah, play around with the similarity, smoothness, and color spill.
Okay, cool.
And that you should be able to get close to what you want using those sliders.
When designing the video portion, and
Yep.
it's on loop, is it possible to have a longer loop sample?
You can in Kling AI, you can make it longer, extend it, but I think you have to pay for it. So I think the free is only 5 seconds. I think. Uh, yeah, you might be able to. I've just had a look. You can change it to 10 seconds. But I haven't tried generating it. So I'm not sure if it's paid or free, but oh no, I think it's free, but it just looks like it's free, but it just takes twice as many credits. So yes, you can, but you'll have to go back to Kling AI and redo it.
Sure, sure.
You can choose
This is
custom
pretty
color.
amazing.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can choose custom color too within OBS to fine tune the key. Yes, that's right.
Thanks, Ryan.
So yeah, how'd you go, Matt? Did you get it sorted?
Oh yeah, easy. Yep. What did I just what the I slid? I forgot if it was spill or
Can
custom.
I can I see it? Can I stop my sharing? Can you show me what you've done?
Yeah, the first parameter did the trick. Let's see here. Yeah. So, oh, where'd I go?
Oh, wow, that looks like a proper old school train.
Yeah, it looks funny how it's moving fast. I don't know how I got it moving fast
Oh, one
one side
side's
than the
faster
other.
than the other.
Yeah, so when
Did you
I
use
actually
two?
did it, yeah, I saw that green on the top. Similarity. I just jogged
Yeah,
that
yeah.
similarity knob and it went back from like cutting it out. Now it's cutting out the roof to
Oh,
perfect.
yeah. So Matt, you need to make the train. See how there's that black
Oh yeah.
side? You need to stretch, hold control down so it doesn't warp, and stretch the train out so it fills the whole space.
Yeah, I accidentally did it in the wrong aspect
Yeah,
ratio
yeah.
in the first generation. So
Sweet. Oh, I see.
and
So
that
and
smoothness just hooked it up. I didn't even
yeah.
play with that parameter at first. It looks way better now.
So in that case, you could stretch it out, not using control. You just stretch it out, and then you can warp it a little bit to make it fill the 16:9. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it should be fine. Like it might, I don't think it'll make it look too weird.
Not using.
So you just stretch it, you just stretch it out. The red box,
Oh, okay. Holding.
stretch it
Actually,
out so it goes all the way to the end. You've still got that big black side. You need to stretch it out
I
so
see.
it fits the side like that. Yeah,
There we
and the
go.
top too. You got a black thing at the top, so you need to fill you need you need to fill all of it. So move the box up, move the train up to the top
Uh,
there, and then to the side a bit. No, yeah, there. Stop. There. That's filled. Now you're
there.
gonna have to move your video so that the windows um so you have to choose the element. Yeah, sometimes it's a bit tricky. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it. You got the video element now. You can either stretch it out as well or you can move it. It's the two options. Yeah,
there we go.
there you go.
Nice.
Sweet.
Thanks, man.
Cool. So now what you could do is you got a couple of options. You can like add a camera, like a camera like I have, like a Sony camera, plug it into your computer, and then you can film yourself on a green screen background and then key it out like we've done. And then you can place yourself in the train. Or you can use your VR chat and use your avatar and place your avatar in the train. There's We're 2 minutes over. Has anyone else got something? I just wouldn't mind just seeing one other's person's who would volunteer to show off.
Thanks.
Anyone want to do it?
Delise is logging off. See you next week,
See you
Delise.
later. How about you, Robert? You got something you want to show?
I don't. I got all the pieces. I wasn't able to get OBS goings, but I'm going to do
Okay.
that after we log off. But I
Yeah,
have all
nice.
the samples ready to go.
Cool. What about Ryan or Gus? You got something?
Yeah,
Ryan, yeah.
if no one else is, I'll
Yeah,
gladly show.
yeah. Show us, Ryan.
Let me see if I could do this. Share
Yeah.
OBS. Wait.
Yeah. Oh,
Where?
we're in space.
Yeah. I wanted to try something a little bit different too.
That's it. You can go anywhere. That's how
Eh,
versatile it is. And then if you change the train into a spaceship, then you get a spaceship. So yeah.
That's cool. I was going for a similar vibe with space, but my prompt, I was using runway and I couldn't get like
Nice.
that look. Um, but I did make my goose logo that I'm uploading, but I have it over here
Nice.
I'm on the Mac right now, so I can't share it.
Yeah. Sweet. So we've covered a fair bit of ground. Like I thought, we didn't get all the way up to the VR stuff. We can do that next week. So yeah, just heads up for next week. Bit of feedback if you can all get onto a Windows computer if possible. That will be necessary for Steam. And also, if you can do a bit of prep and make sure that you got OBS running on that computer, so we don't have to wait for y'all, that would be helpful as well. But thank you very much. That's me for now. If over to you, Matt, if you want to wrap up.
Yeah, beautiful. If Sean, I'll touch base with Sean, and if there's any other
Yeah.
like specifics to prep, I'll send it out to everybody. But yeah, dope. And I do got to shout out that prawn and spawn font from Ryan's screen.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, good call. Yeah, nah, I think that's it. Unless you got anything else, or Jeff, you dig anything? I think we're wrapped.
So yeah, so feel free. So this is just one example. You can go literally. You can take those elements that I showed you today, and you can make anything. You can make absolutely anything. So feel free to play around with that in your own time and go nuts. And let's see what y'all can come up with.
Right on. Thanks, Sean.
No worries.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Sean.
Bye bye. You're welcome.